Hello, welcome to Patch Notes, your weekly show on the video game news you need to know about. My name is Cesar Torres.
Hi, I'm Kyle Stevenson.
Let's jump into your weekly Patch Notes. McKenna,
Hello.
today is July 11th. Do you know what that means?
7-Eleven, baby.
Yep, 7-Eleven. That means it's free Slurpee Day.
Love a Slurpee.
Free Slurpees. So if you go to 7-Eleven, you can get a free Slurpee today. It's also National Swimming Pool Day.
Ooh, swimmies.
That
Swimming
sounds
pool.
great right now.
Oh.
You love swimming, Kyle?
I love a good, nice dip in a cold pool on a hot day. Feels good.
You can also get a
Oh,
mojito
man.
today because it's National Mojito Day.
Oh.
Or McKenna can't. It's also National Blueberry Muffin Day. You can get those though.
I am legally allowed to. I can purchase this.
You
I
can
would hope
purchase-
so.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Hey, you know, the Muffin Gang, they're not happy with me.
The Muffin Man's real mad at you.
I can't go into detail
You,
on camera.
she can no longer go into Drury Lane. It is also cheer up the lonely day. So please make me happy.
They should
There's
do like a interbrand like promotion with 7-Eleven. Just
Oh,
like
they
lonely, come get a free Slurpee. It's
Yes.
on us.
This week there was a new state of play that featured a lot of smaller games and gave us more information on the games we're looking forward to. So let's have a quick rundown on what was shown.
Our cute little mouse friend Quill returns in Moss Book 2, picking up where the last game left off and is currently in development for PSVR. Principal software engineer and design director Josh Stixma said, quote, "We were blown away by the reception from fans to the Moss story. Players built an extraordinary bond with Quill. We've since poured our hearts into ensuring Book 2 is a worthy continuation of Quill's journey, and hope fans around the world are ready to join Quill in the next chapter of her story."
Arcade Mageddon is a colorful multiplayer shooter by Ilphonic that takes place in an arcade on the brink of closure. The goal is to save the arcade from evil viruses and other players in PvP and PvE game modes. And if you want to check it out, you can. It's available for early access right now on PlayStation 5, and the full game will launch in 2022.
We got post-launch updates for Tribes of Midgard, which is a survival action RPG that releases July 27th. And the updates include Season 1, The Wolf Saga, which will introduce new items, a new boss, and so much more. They also anticipate many post-launch seasons past Season 1, but didn't share much beyond that.
Brawler Fist, or FIST, is coming to PS4 and PS5 this September and features a really cool rabbit that can fight in a robotic suit. So maybe there'll be a lot of cool upgrades.
Hunter's Arena Legends is a battle royale that is about melee combat, so it's different than the shooters we are used to. This game is coming to PS4 and PS5 in August and will be coming to PS Plus as well.
We got an update on Sifu, the highly anticipated kung fu fighting game, which was originally expected to release in 2021, but will not release in 2022. Community manager Felix Garzinski cited the COVID pandemic for causing the delay, saying it caused real challenges for us. And to that I say, to any studio that is delaying their games, don't worry about it, we'll still be here. Take your time.
Jet the Far Shore shared some new footage of the game, showing a few things about how you're trying to create a place to live and securing the safety of your species. The game is still set to release in 2021.
Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles, is a platform fighter based on the Demon Slayer anime that is releasing October 14th for PS4 and PS5.
Private Detective Yagami is back in Lost Judgment to solve another murder case and dance and box, skateboard, robot fight, dog walking, and a lot of other weird and fun minigames. Lost Judgment is set to release on September 24th.
Death Stranding, the director's cut, is the definitive edition with new battles, new fighting mechanics, new mobility and delivery options, new weapons, new story modes, and so much more new. The director's cut hits shelves September 24th for $49.99, and if you own the PS4 version of Death Stranding, you can own the upgraded PS5 director's cut digital deluxe edition for $10 more.
Lastly, in the state of play, we got about 10 minutes of Deathloop, and we didn't really see anything new, but it is worth checking out if you're still unsure on the game. Hopefully, for McKenna's sake, Deathloop releases September 14th.
What are your
I'm
thoughts
very
on
excited.
Deathloop so far?
It looks awesome. If I have to just assign one word to Deathloop, it would just be style. Everything about it is stylish. Music, tone pieces, the way everything looks. I'm so into it, and I love how the main character says the F word. It's amazing. I love it so much.
It's very real in a
It's
really
very real.
in a very crazy abstract world that they're setting
Uh-huh.
up. Anything else you're looking forward to from the state of play?
I mean, yeah, Moss Book 2 is huge. I'm a big fan of Fists we saw that last year. I'm happy that it's coming out very soon. And give me more strange gadgets and Death Stranding, and I will 100% play that game from start to finish again. Especially that little loader bot buddy with just legs running
Yeah.
around, and you can sit on and just ride. Yeah, I'm all about that.
I didn't play Death Stranding, but that catapult has me interested.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
very interested what you
Yeah.
can launch with that. After years of rumors and speculations, the new Switch model has finally been announced, and it is not what people were expecting. In fact, people are very upset with the new Switch model, which is called the Nintendo Switch OLED model. And all the upgrades are great if you're somebody that plays the Switch primarily in handheld mode. Let's talk about it. The new Switch model comes with a 7-inch OLED screen with enhanced speakers, a wider kickstand, a wide dock with a LAN port, and 64 gigabytes of storage, which is double the original Switch model. There are two designs. There's white Joy-Cons with a white dock, as well as a red and blue Joy-Con, as well as a black dock. And other than that, there are no upgrades. The Switch will still have 720p display in handheld mode and 1080p display in docked mode. No frame rate upgrades, no performance improvements. Essentially, it's the same console but with a better screen, and it will release October 8th of this year at the price of $34.99, which is $50 more than the base Switch. It's actually $349, not $34.99. It is also worth noting that if you want to buy the dock by itself, you can, which is really awesome news. Really, all I have to say is, we've been getting these rumors for years that it's going to be like a 4K Switch with all these embezzles, all these little different things and upgrades and stuff like that. Just don't believe rumors. Don't believe them. Because Nintendo never promised a 4K Switch. That was just somebody on the internet that wanted to start a rumor, or somebody getting false information, or information that might have been true at one point but changed later on. Just don't believe rumors. Always proceed with caution. The next Assassin's Creed game will be a games of service game, similar to that of Destiny and most recently Avengers. Instead of alternating Assassin's Creed titles between studios, Ubisoft Montreal and Quebec are joining forces together to make a game that will be getting constant new stories, constant new settings, and a lot of other updates as well. Ubisoft said this change is an evolution along with the rest of the video games industry, saying the pandemic and working from home have fundamentally changed the way we produce games, giving us a moment to reflect on our organization. Rather than continuing to pass the baton from game to game, we profoundly believe this is an opportunity for one of Ubisoft's most beloved franchises to evolve in a more integrated and collaborative manner that's less centered on studios and more focused on talent and leadership, no matter where they are within Ubisoft. The last big game that launched as a live service was Marvel's Avengers, and that went great, didn't it? At launch, the game was not doing well. It was reported the game cost $190 million to make and sold only 3 million copies at launch, which is not enough to be profitable. Another live service game that had historic failure was Anthem. And man, we all know the horror stories of that game, from the changing development to the updating of the game. It's like Anthem 2.0 or whatever that got scrapped before they even started. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ubisoft will go about this new Assassin's Creed game and if they can make it work somehow. While we're talking about Ubisoft, let's talk about how they are at high risk of losing talent and failure of keeping talent after the wave of abuse allegations from the last year. Along with the risk of losing people, they have also reported a moderate risk of inappropriate behavior. The URD, Universal Registration Document, was discovered earlier this week and was filed in June and exposes how Ubisoft lost key talent that has damaged the company's reputation. The document also states some changes that we previously reported that Ubisoft is making to the culture of the company, including a zero-tolerance policy. Even though the company is still keeping many of the men that were accused of being abusive, including Jonathan Dumont, who was assigned, actually, to be the creative director of the new Assassin's Creed game. Just something to think about. McKenna, Kyle.
Hello.
That's not a one person. That's two separate people. All right, I have a question for you two. It's basically like a guess the price thing. McKenna, you're good at these. A sealed copy of The Legend of Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda for the NES, was just sold at auction. How much did it sell for? If you want more context, it has a grade of 9.0 out of 10.
$350,000.
You know what? Screw it. $1 million. I'm going all in.
Are we both over?
Somebody is closer.
I'm gonna say Kyle's probably closer.
I will
But-
laugh if McKenna's closer.
But how do I want to play this?
Do it like the Price is Right. Do I have one number right, Caesar?
If we're going Price is Right rules, Kyle is right.
Okay.
It was $850,000.
My God.
So
Whoa.
McKenna was closer,
He was
but Kyle
closer.
was under. For reference, back in April, a copy of Super Mario Brothers was sold at auction for $600,000.
Jeez.
Whoa. What
Dude,
if the game is not even in there and someone sealed up like
It's like a
like an
brick.
energy Pokemon card or
It's
something?
like a brick or something. It's not 870. It's not 850,000. It's 870,000.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
So McKenna's even closer now. Gotta add the tax in there, right?
Yeah,
Shipping.
yeah, exactly.
Was shipping $5 a free, or was that like 10 grand?
Video games are all about fun experiences you can have. A lot of big thing about video games is like the collaborations that come from them. Did you hear of the fun Oreo collaboration that's coming in September?
Ooh, no, I have not.
McKenna, did you hear about this?
No.
I know they just did a Lady Gaga and Oreo crossover.
If you could think of a big video game franchise to have a Pokemon collaboration with, what would you pick?
Wait,
Wait.
did you give it away?
Yeah, I think you just
No.
accidentally
What did I
You
say?
Pokemon.
You said a Pokemon collaboration.
Oh, I thought it said video game.
No, you
Well,
said.
well, it's Pokemon. Oreo's having a Pokemon collaboration in September, and they announced it with a tweet of a Oreo getting electrocuted, basically.
I was gonna say Kirby too. I was like, I'm ready. Kirby's the one.
I would have said Bugsnax, but
Oh,
then again, it's an
oh,
indie
yes.
game. It's an indie game, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
So are do you think the creams are gonna be different colors
Ooh, I
of
hope
like the
so.
starters?
I
That'd be
think.
really cool.
Well, yeah, they gotta be right.
Yeah,
And
right.
The design of the Oreo is gonna be like a Pokeball,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and when you open it up, it's like you're picking your starter. Like the inside's like red, green, or blue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'd be so cheesy, and I'm gonna be here for it.
I
Kinda-
going to buy an unopened box package and just keep it and sell it as a collector's item in 5 years for
Yep.
$870,000? Oh man.
It'd be so worth it though. It'd be so
It
worth
would.
it. What kind of Pokemon would you want to see them Oreoify? I think an interesting one would be Mr. Mime.
Dang
A
it, I was
classic.
gonna say Mr. Mime. Yeah.
A favorite of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Either Mr. Mime would be good. A Psyduck
Ooh.
would be cool.
Mhm.
How funny would it be if they actually tried to emulate like the powers of a Pokemon in
Oh,
like an Oreo? Like electric type would just like shock you.
it's got pop rocks in it.
I guess for water they would just like just make wet
You got
Oreos.
yourself a wet Oreo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire's a little spicy.
ground type is just dirt. The
Yeah.
cookie is just made of dirt.
Turd.
That's the Bernie Bots jelly beans
Yeah.
version of Oreos. It's
Exactly. Pokemon, put us on your marketing team.
please.
Thank you for checking out this week's episode of Patch Notes.
You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. KStep. If you're into PlayStation, I have a weekly PlayStation podcast called The Trophy Room of PlayStation Podcast. You can follow that show on Twitter at PS Trophy Room and listen to that podcast on any podcast service just by searching The Trophy Room of PlayStation Podcast. And if you're into indie games and want to know the best indies coming out, hit up 61indie.com where we run down the latest and greatest in all things indie games.
Be sure to follow us. I'm at Caesar Towers on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, all the other things. Follow McKenna at PotterPants212. And be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of this week's episode. Be sure to check it next time when we give you your weekly Patch Notes.